The following program was produced by community producer. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the community producer and do not reflect Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or your cable provider. MATV welcomes your comments. Call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
From the high-tech studios of Malden Access Television, located in the heart of downtown Malden, it's time for Live on Tape, the television show. On tonight's program, whether we're ready or not, our guests will be from Project Fred, Jacqueline Martinez and Gabrielle Farrell, fellow Rotarian and President David D'Arcangelo, Middlesex County Sheriff Peter Katuzian, comedian Ruth Farrick, and the band, the Three Volunteers, as well as other surprises. And now, please welcome Mr. March Madness himself, our host, Ron Hook!
All right, we got audience. This is great, fantastic. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Thanks for coming. I'm Ron Cox. I'm your host. And welcome to Live on Tape. We're live tonight. Yeah, we are live tonight. It's the first Monday of the month, and if you're watching us on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we're on tape. So watch it on Mondays. We're live. All right, how many people love moving, huh? Anybody? No. Well, I'm about to move again, you know, and I swore I was going to do this, but I'm one of those people. And I don't know what it is, but it seems as if each time I pack, you pack a little more of your sanity drains away as you pack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I actually have boxes, marked boxes. It's like nuts. I hate it. And then, of course, you look for your friends. Nobody's around when you want to do it. And then, because it doesn't have to start out like this, does it? No. When you start out on a great adventure, like something of a classic novel, then you remember, yeah, that's when adventure novels end up with someone dying. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, no, I'm getting too old for this stuff. But I'll tell you, it all starts out very well. You get your boxes, you get your tape, you get your markers, and by the end, it's you, your gin, and your tonic. Yeah, pretty much. I hate moving. You know, there's one good thing about it, though. Finding all that stuff you should have thrown out years ago. Thank you very much. Well, it's official. Ed Markey is running for U.S. Senate, huh? What do you think? Hometown boy. Because people are still bringing up the old residency issue. You know, I wish they'd let it drop, but no, they're not doing it. They're getting it so bad that he put together a neighborhood watch group. Yeah, I got to give it to Ed. Yeah. So far, they caught 3 Fox News reporters trying to break into his Townsend Street home just to prove he lives there. Thank you very much. All right, this neighborhood watch, Ed, keep it up. All right, well, thank you very much. We've got a great show, and let me tell you who's on the show tonight. We have this group from Project Bread. The annual Rock is coming up in May, and so we're going to be promoting that for the next 2 months. Let's hear it for Jacqueline Martinez and Gabrielle Farrell. They're here tonight. We also have, and he's been around before, and he just swore himself in. Well, I shouldn't say swore himself in. He was sworn in. A new sheriff. Let's hear it for Sheriff Katuzian. All right there. Peter. We're going to talk about that, and 6 years as sheriff. You just have to run for another 6 years. We also have Dave D'Arcangelo, a fellow Rotarian, talking about the upcoming road race. Let's hear it for Dave D'Arcangelo, fellow Rotarian. And one of the leaders of the Republican Party. Someone tells me there is a Republican Party in Malden somewhere, but Dave's running it. And of course, we've got a great group in the house tonight. Let's hear it for the Three Volunteers. They're going to be here tonight. And I also got to say, for the first time, we always like to highlight up-and-coming talent. And we met this woman at Pneumatics open mic night that she's doing at Pearl Street Restaurant. Let's hear it for Ruth Farrick is in the house tonight. Very, very funny woman. You're going to love it. It's great. So all this is happening and more. Can you believe it? And we're ready tonight. And more. Can you believe it? So stay with us and don't flick us away. And we got plenty more surprises coming up. So stay with us. We'll be right back after the short message. All right. Thank you. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Just bust the move.
Whoa. 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 Thank you very much. What are we coming in on? Thank you very much. All right, we're back. Yes, let's hear it. Yes, thank you very much. We are back, and we're ready with our first two guests. Let's see where we are here. Project Bread. We've talked about it in the past, and we've got two people who are going to tell us exactly what it's all about and what's coming in May. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jacqueline and Gabriella. Hi, Jacqueline. You're Jacqueline? And Gabriella. Thanks to meet you. And so, what is the organization you're called?
Yep, it's called Project Bread, and it's a statewide organization. And we basically fight hunger in Massachusetts. Right now, there's over 750,000 people who are, hungry, and we worked for them.
So you run different events over the year, and I guess something's coming up on May 5th.
Yep, May 5th is our...
Let's talk about this. What's coming up?
It is our 45th Walk for Hunger.
Yeah, so
45 years you've been doing this.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
absolutely. It started in 1969 with a small group of activists in Quincy. It was led by Patrick Hughes by the Paulus Center.
Right.
And it was called Feet for Wheat. And it started off being 29 miles. Can
Wow.
you imagine walking that
Yeah.
much? But so we slimmed it down to 20 miles, and it starts off at the Boston Commons. And it takes you through a couple of towns. Can you talk about
Yeah, what are the towns you go through?
Yep, it starts at the Boston Common. Registration is at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and it goes through Brookline, Newton, Watertown, Cambridge, and then back to the Common.
Well, we got some pictures that we have of you guys doing some of these things. We've got you do a lot of stuff in the kitchen, obviously in kitchens, and if we get some of those photos, we'll kind of show that, and let's see if they come up. But tell us, there you go. Obviously, nutrition is very important.
Yep, of course.
Eating the right foods. Are you involved in the schools at all?
Also, we have chefs in our schools throughout Massachusetts. They go in and they train the staff that work there in the cafeterias, and they're basically there to just improve the food. So the children go there and they love what they're eating. It's a remarkable thing.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, we also have a video that really, I think what's great about it is, here's a chance for people to do something. Mm-hmm. And people might say, what can I do about hunger? Well, this is the kind of thing that they could get involved with. And why don't we take a look at what some other people have done in past walks.
Walking for Hunger is a joy. This is my 6th walk, and I'm going to do the whole 20 miles. And thank all my sponsors at MWRA.
This is my 12th.
This is my 3rd year. This is my 2nd. Good. It's my first time.
I have been doing that for 13 years.
This is my 6th walk, and I've raised over $6,000.
This is my 1st year.
My 2nd. That's the 2nd is my 1st.
This walk 27 times.
I have, and both of my children have as well. My son will be doing his 26th walk, and my daughter will be doing her 22nd walk. And this year we have our grandniece and nephew with us who are doing their 1st walk.
Oh, wow.
15 straight years. I love it. Project Bread is an excellent organization, and I love to support them. So I'm here every year.
Like opening day at Fenway and the Boston Marathon, the return of the swan boats and college commencements. Project Bread's Walk for Hunger is a rite of spring in Boston, a symbol of the season of revival and renewal when we reaffirm ourselves as a community.
It's going good. I've got about over $7,400 now.
And I hope to get $10,000 because if I don't, I'm gonna cry.
I started walking 3.5 weeks ago to get in shape for this, and so far I put on 75 miles. So my friend Donna here talked me into it, and I think it's a nice, healthy thing to do.
Every step each walker takes helps our efforts to eliminate hunger in Massachusetts.
It's hard. You know, it's hard growing up in a place where your mother can't get a job and surviving the struggle, even to put clothes on your feet, to eat food. You know, that's basically what I'm here, to help those people that are going through the same thing survive the same thing I did with a little bit more help.
This is my second year.
Wow. Our second year, too.
Yep, our second year.
All of you, why do you come back?
All right, but there you go. It's a little taste. Let's hear for the walkers. Now, imagine that you get sponsors to help. You can make a commitment to walk, and then you get sponsors. How does that work?
For fundraising?
Yeah.
Well, what's great about Project Bread is we don't have a fundraising minimum, but we do encourage all of our walkers and volunteers to raise as much money as they can. So some fundraising tips is, host a party at your house, car washes, basically anything to try to get fun with it and get more people involved.
Great.
And let's say that you don't feel like walking or you're physically not able to, you can always still be involved. We have a lot of volunteer opportunities where you can help people register for the walk on walk day. You can help put up signs throughout the 20 miles that we have.
Right. So it's things you can do if you're not into walking.
Yeah.
That's great. And there's no race. You don't have to go fast,
oh, no,
right?
Absolutely not.
That's good to know.
And if you don't have to walk all 20 miles, we do have shuttle buses.
Great, right. Well, again, the dates, May 5th. How does somebody, who do they have to contact to get the info? Our graphics are down, unfortunately, we can't really put it up, but tell them what number they can call to get more info.
Well, you can visit us at www.projectbread.org, and that's the bread you buy. Yeah.
All right. Great. All right.
Project Bread.
Does Panadosi knows about this? They make bread here in Malden.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world. Have a fantastic weather. Does weather ever change it in terms of?
Nope. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Yeah.
Bring your ponchos.
Hopefully no snow. It'll be gone by then.
Bring your boots then.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, congratulations. Let's hear it for Project Bread. Excellent. What a job. Thank you so much for coming on by. All right, we'll be right back. We have speaking of Project Bread, we have Taste of Malden coming up here in Malden. And as always, the head of the Chamber of Commerce has gone out and done a little promo to help celebrate the Taste of Malden. So let's see what he drummed up this year for Taste of Malden. This is Ted Coates, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of The French Chef. I'm Julia Child. And today, I'm joined by Dan Hoffenberg of Cataldo Ambulance. Hello, Dan.
How are you?
I'm very well, and it's good we have an ambulance company here in case there's a catastrophe.
That's right. With the great Julia Child, though, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, that is true, but do you know how to say catastrophe in French?
Catastrophe?
We wonder where you went to school, Dan. But we're here in Malden today. And do you know how to say Malden in French?
Malden.
No, Dan, Malden. Same thing. Okay. Now, first off, a great chef has to have some tools, some important tools. The whisk. There you go, Dan. Good catch. And the spoon. The spoon is very, very important. You always have to have a good spoon. And mixing bowls. You have these, and these, and these, and eggs, and a nice small frying pan. Teflon coated. Very good. So, Dan, what are we going to cook today?
Some chicken cordon bleu.
Chicken cordon bleu, one of my favorites. Is it your favorite?
It's delicious.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, here's how we do it. First off, we need flour. You know that, of course. Okay. Here's some flour. All right. We put that in there. And, of course, we need eggs, Dan. All right. Here you go, things. Here you go. A good catch. Here we are. Up. Whoa. Okay, whoops. Oh, no. You don't put your shells in there with it. And then, Dan, you can mix that up just like that. Oh, good job. A good chef always gets a little messy. Oh, yes. Okay. Here, we'll take some flour. We'll put more flour in there. Okay, there. Good. So you see, it's very properly mixed, and you want to do the, oh, we got something over here. Oh, Dan, I'm sorry. Did I get that on you?
Oh, that's all right.
Oh,
It's all part of cooking.
it is part of cooking. Dan, it's very important to properly whisk your stuff. Okay, let's put that right in the pan.
Oh, hard.
Oh, it is? Well,
It's supposed to be like
here,
that.
oh, we forgot the salt, Dan. Here you go, a little bit of salt. There you go. Okay. We're going to put this in the oven now, and it will just be 45 minutes, and we will have a wonderful meal of chicken cordon bleu. Dan, I think our meal is ready. Are you hungry?
I can't wait to
Oh,
try it.
boy, it's going to be great. Is that what we put in there?
Is this what it's supposed to look like, Julia?
I don't think so, Dan. I think it's kind of a problem. I don't think I want to eat that. Do you want to eat that?
Not really.
I have another idea. Let's go to Taste of Malden.
That sounds like a great idea.
Do you know when it is?
I believe it's April 8th.
April 8th. And where is it going to be?
The YMCA.
Oh, that sounds great. What times is it?
5:30.
5:30 to 8:30, I believe.
8:30
It's going to be a wonderful event because you know Malden has so many different restaurants.
Fantastic.
You can have every type of cooking, not just French. You can have all sorts of things, and I promise you it'll look a lot better than this. So don't forget, Taste of Malden, April 8th, 5:30 to 8:30. Contact the Chamber of Commerce. That's a wonderful Chamber of Commerce they have. They have a wonderful guy running it. I just can't remember his name, but he's a great guy. And contact the Chamber at 781-322-4500. This has been The French Chef with Julia Child and Dan Hoffenberg.
Thank you for teaching me to cook so well today.
Absolutely, anytime, Dan.
All right, there you go. Taste them all. I hope you all can be there. Ted does a great job. Fantastic. And Dan Hoffenberg was also a big helping out there from Taldo Ambulance, which is, I'm glad they were there because if anything went wrong, they would have taken Ted away. Anyway, all right, time for my next guest. And a brand new sheriff in town, and we love him because he had some big shoes to fill. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Peter Katujan, Sheriff of Minnesota.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show. So how's it feel? You've been elected now, so it's yours.
I'm not sure. I'm still stunned by the last piece that you had run around. I can't follow Julia Child. I'm still trying to get over that. It's been very exciting. I've been in now 2 years. I just ran this last fall. Malden was very good to me. I had a tremendous vote out of Malden. It means a lot to me. I worked hard in Malden. I began my prosecutorial career here in Malden District Court. I spent a lot of time in this city, and I love this city. So it's a validation sometimes when you run in a new area and you work hard and you see that it actually does matter and people do notice.
And of course, filling the shoes of Jim DePaula, who's loved by this community.
That's right.
I mean, he was a great guy.
He was a great man, and it was a terrible loss. It's a terrible loss still in the office as well. And I specifically acknowledged him in my inaugural celebration recently. I specifically acknowledged Jimmy and Addie and his daughters and his grandchildren as well, just that we should always remember them and keep them in our thoughts and prayers as well.
But let's talk about the work you've done. It's incredible stuff. In fact, I saw you on the news recently. Now you're bringing some good cooking to the Crossing Correction.
That's
What
right.
was that all about?
Well, speaking about your Taste of Malden, we had a real chef actually. We had Roger Berkowitz come in.
Heard.
This is a program that Jimmy had started. We're continuing on. We've started a couple of other programs like it. But Roger Berkowitz came in from Legal Seafood just to see the way that we run our program, to taste some of our wares. And quite honestly, part of it is this is a program that will prepare someone when they get back out with a Serve Safe certificate and opportunities and skill sets and vocational opportunities so that when they get out, we just got to find them jobs. And so part of what I want to do is bring Mr. Berkowitz in just to see what we do in the hopes that maybe people like him and others can hire some of these men when they get out.
Again, that's another thing I loved about Jimmy and you carrying it on. The idea that, we got these people in prison, people make mistakes. If you don't do something to get them back into the world somehow, give them some kind of something to do.
That's right.
You're just going to have them going back and forth.
Well, it's really about public safety and taxpayer dollars, Ron. People come in for various reasons, primarily for drug or alcohol addiction, untreated or undiagnosed mental health issues, but you've also got unemployment or underemployment. You've got homelessness. You've got a lack of education and vocational training that are all combined sometimes to send people back into jail and back into jail. What we try to do is address all those factors when they come in, so when they come back out, they will be better prepared. And that saves us on public safety, because if they're not reoffending, then we're not having more crime.
Right.
We're having less victims out there.
Financial too. It makes
Financial,
sense.
because they actually get out, they get a job, and they pay their taxes, as opposed to us paying $40,000 to $50,000 a year to house them. And then it even goes further, because it's not just about that one inmate or that one houseman. It's about their children and grandchildren, because studies show that their children and grandchildren are much more likely to be incarcerated and have failure in education and other things because of the incarceration of their parents. So it's a whole cycle.
Break that cycle.
Break that cycle.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Peter, you're doing a great job. So what's it been like? I mean, now that you're in there and get to drive a fancy vehicle now, right?
It's not too fancy. It's a GMC Yukon. It's not too fancy. It's Jimmy's old car. I got the old car. Yeah, I got Jimmy's old car. Yeah. It's an amazing and inspiring job, and I really do love it. It's a place where you can get to turn people's lives around and feel good about it, and work with communities. I mean, we have our Community Works program, where we have inmate crews come out. We've done about $50,000 to $60,000 worth of work in Malden over the last couple of years. Each year, we've done about $3 million throughout the entire county. We've got a Youth Public Safety Academy, where we had 65 kids from Malden come to this free week-long summer camp, which everywhere I go, I mean, I will go everywhere. I was up in New Hampshire recently skiing with my children, and a mom and her son came up and said that was the best camp that he had attended all summer long. And I hear that all the time, and it's something that's really special to me.
Well, that's great, and you're very visible too. I think it's the other thing. Of course, Jimmy was too. But I don't think I remember the sheriffs before Jimmy.
Right. Yeah. Well,
and you kind of set the standard.
It's an amazing role. No one understands what we do and the value of what we do. And I mean, especially in Middlesex, it's a 300-year-old office, started in 1692.
One of the biggest counties
it's one of the largest counties in the country. One of the top 20 in the entire country. 54 cities and towns, 1.6 million people. It's a tremendously diverse, amazing county, historic, and it's an amazing mission that we get to do in protecting the public and protecting their taxpayer dollars as well.
Well, you're doing a great job, and we appreciate it. And in terms of the space up there, any changes they're making in terms of the?
Well, yeah, we're actually we're closing down the Cambridge jail, which many people might remember is at on the 17th through the 21st floors. 3 floors with the detainees, the jailmen up there.
I always thought that as a high-rise prison.
That's right. It's you'd think it was kind of fancy, but not a place I'd like to be.
I know, really.
And so we're the only tenants in that entire building. We've got 400 men in a place built for 160. We've got to get out of there, so we're finding place, maybe some space up in Billerica that we can move them to, at least temporarily, until we can come back down to the southern part of the county for the jail again.
Okay. Well, so you get your options. You're opening up options. That's
a lot of work going on. Yes, sir.
Good. Now, here's the other thing. It's a 6-year term. So did you just start your newest one?
So actually, I got the first 2 by the appointment. So Jimmy had not even begun his the beginning of his term.
Okay,
so I got the first 2 by the appointment, and then I ran for the remaining 4.
All right,
so that's where I am right now.
All right. Well, let's wish you well.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, everyone's talking about Ed Markey, Senator, finally making the big move.
Yep.
Because if he does win, it opens up his seat.
Yep.
What do you think?
Well, I think firstly, I think it's most important to get Ed Markey elected. I mean, I think he's the natural choice. I think he will move our agenda forward, and he's my guy. He's my friend. Yeah. So our first job, I think, is just to get him elected. And whatever happens after that, we can talk about at a later point. But right now, I'm working really hard for Ed Markey, and he's a kid from Malden.
Yeah, I know it. Can you believe it?
He's a kid
and what a
from
great
Malden.
send-off he had at the Y.
Yes, that was an amazing day. It was a great day.
Hometown boy, there he is.
It was a great day, and it has great history with his mother and father, and it's been nice hearing more about his own history and his roots as well. It's been very special, and he's done a great job in this district, and I know he's going to go and do bigger and better things for the state as well.
His mom was a big fan of the show.
Was she?
When she passed away, her husband was there, John, and he said, my wife loved your show.
No kidding.
I said, oh, thanks, John. That means a lot to me.
Well, I can see why.
I know. It's like great. And we made fun of Ed a lot, but that's the beauty of it.
Well,
this is America.
He's a kid from Malden.
Exactly.
It's part of the family, right? If you can't make fun of your own family, then what are you going to do?
So what's any new things in the open and coming up? I mean...
Oh, we've always got something exciting going on. We've got new programs going on. We've got a custodial certification, green custodial certification program we've started, which will train and certify people in the custodial sciences, but in the green or environmentally friendly custodial sciences. And there are jobs for these men. We started a Xerox Corrections to Career program, which is the first in the nation program, I think like the custodial certification, where they'll come out with a job, a certificate, and then hopefully find a job through that. Many other programs are starting.
Well, let's take a look. We got you swearing in. Let's get you swearing out. I think there was some swearing going on. Let's find out.
I'd like to invite Honorable Ralph D. Gantz, Justice of the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court, to come forward to administer the oath of office to Sheriff Peter J. Katujian.
Whatever hands you have free, Sheriff. I will begin, and after the word I, you should give your name. I,
Peter J. Katujian,
do solemnly swear
that
I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and will support the Constitution thereof. So help me God.
So help me God.
I,
Peter J. Katujian,
do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on me as Middlesex Sheriff according to the best of my abilities and understanding, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and the laws of the Commonwealth. So help me God. I,
Peter J. Katujian,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Congratulations, Sheriff.
All right, there you go. That's it. Well, you remember Norton Flubs seemed to do it all right.
I managed it. I was just more worried about my kids.
I
think it was right at that moment my daughter ran up and she popped a grape in my mouth just as I was beginning. So it was really, I hadn't seen that until now, and it was really very special.
The way thing is, Dad's the big sheriff. Big sheriff in town.
I think that it's great. My son Peter gives me, every time he finds a little sheriff car, a little sheriff motorcycle, he'll give it to me to take to the office. It's awesome. It's wonderful.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, and keep us posted on these developments that go on. I think you're doing a great job.
You got it, Ron.
And thanks a lot.
Thank you. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. I now know I've made it. I finally made it because I've been on the wrong talk.
There you go. Been on live
Thank you, everyone.
Well, we're still trying to get Ed on here. Hopefully, we'll get that on soon. But appreciate you coming on. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back. We got more things happening. This is quite a show. Stay with us. Don't go away.
One for polio. One for polio.